Hello, it's Evan, GoshDarnBlog.com. So I found this contest for historical fiction. It's 1,000 words or less, and I'm going to show you how to do it in an easy manner because 1,000 words is pretty good. And you can win $250. Get published in Eye Contact Award, genre flash fiction. Seeing Hill University. So let's think about writing about pirates. Okay, so get my let me get my let me get my keyboard out. I'm thinking about writing about women pirates because it's historical fiction, so you can make this crap up. You know what I'm saying? And Bonnie, there's a lot of them. Start with Wikipedia. That might be good. They're just called pirates. Isn't that great? I'm starting here. The okay. Uh, were there female pirates? 5 notorious female pirates. History Channel might be good. A bunch of video. That'd be kind of cool. Instead of reading it. Well, that's nice. The heck? Unbelievable. My goodness. Um, Shanghai Saul, one of history's most influential raiders. The peril was the reef. Asian pirate. Rape of female prisoners punishable by beheading. Deserters had their ears lopped off. Wow. She kept her riches, man. That's insane. Anne Bonny began her life as the illegitimate daughter of a wealthy Irish lawyer. So you can just read this, and then you can, because it's fiction, you can grab this because it's from the 17th century. There really isn't any copyright problem if it's that long ago. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. The freak is this crap? Pirate cannons. That's cool. I might want to see what pirate cannons are about. Women were denied an education, so they became pirates. She was bored at her house. No, that's it. She was bored at home. She became a pirate, and she couldn't get an education either. She left underwater. 20 ship fleet. Wow. This is from Ireland. Only a day after giving birth. What? Think a story where some kids are on the cliff and they're like, that's Grace O'Malley in the ocean. What is she doing off the coast of Ireland? Then they just explain all this because they know the backstory somehow. I mean, you gotta think like it was published in like a newspaper or like some sort of magazine. That's 1590, so people weren't reading then. It was all forgot when the printing press came around, but I really doubt. So I see how I'm thinking about all that. And that's why you start writing the story. You're like, well, maybe it's just word of mouth, and they're talking about Grace O'Malley and in the pub, and the kids over here, and then they see the 20 ship fleet out in the ocean. So they would under English and Spanish shipping vessels. So I'd probably have to find out if if she would go into the waters of England and Spain. I mean, right? I imagine she would because she's in Ireland. But if you can put it like there was a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. That was about two characters that died in a Shakespeare play, and the whole movie was about them talking about Hamlet and shit. And they were just talking about what was happening around them. And in the end, they die because they're like not NCPs, not important characters. But they made a movie about it, and it was incredible. So you can do that. You can like make up some characters like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, and that you can just be like they're just talking out their rear end about the main characters, which is O'Malley. Marauding. I think I'll do that. They're just walking around the cliffs, and they're like, "Look, it's a 20 ship fleet going by. It's the O'Malley." I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting because they hear it out in a pub or something. Somebody else is talking about it. They're like, "Holy cow, that's interesting." And you just go over the facts. I mean, it's 1,000 words, so you go over the facts. She had sons that were pirating with her. Holy cow. Rockfleet Castle. I wonder where that is. Gotta look that up. So you just start looking that up. Like, what's that? 18 months behind bars. So she could have resumed her marauding and they would already know the story. That would be good. She appealed to Queen Elizabeth I, captured son. Oops, still pirated after she talked to the Queen. Unbelievable. So all these lady pirates were given like a respite. They're like, yeah, you can just not pirate anymore and keep your money. And that's crazy. I guess I'd watch the pirate cannon. See, I don't talk about pirate cannons, but I imagine they would shoot down the English and Spanish shipping vessels. But the story would be all gossip. So that means I can make up a lot. And that's the idea because it's like a third party. It's not like the main characters. And that's the idea. They're talking about the main character on the cliffside because they think the ship's going by or her. But maybe I could find out what the ship looked like. Maybe I can. This clan lorded over the coastlines of Western Ireland. So that's interesting. Just look up Western Ireland and see what it was like in 1560. And you're on your way. I mean, that's pretty interesting. So then you just start typing, and you can look for another video I have about how you bomb it on the page, and you just start typing. You start going, "Hey, man, these kids are on the cliffside, and they're looking at the O'Malley out in the sea," and you just rewrite it because rewriting is everything. It's not about just bobbing on the page and you're done. You bomb it on the page and then you rewrite it. Like I had another story I was working on today, and for some reason I dropped it, and I was like looking at this 1,000 word contest. But I can see this in my mind. I don't have a lot of details on this page. So that means I have to look for the search for this and find something more detailed. I'm sure it exists in Wikipedia or somewhere. And I'm sure this blog post about it. Here's Wikipedia. With Instagram. Somebody who actually has their name. O'Malley dynasty in the west of Ireland. There's a statue there. That's sweet. She took over leadership of lordship by land and sea despite having a brother. That's interesting. Uncles and interrogatory. That's interesting. It's Irish folklore. There you are. Irish history. So she had different names. Okay. The Pirate Queen, Henry VIII, was King of England. That's craziness. The Clan of O'Malley. Cardiac down there. Look at that. Could you imagine that being like someone standing in there with like a bow and arrow or something? It's interesting. They fished off these coasts. O'Malley. Oral tradition. See what I'm saying? It was oral tradition. It wasn't like read out, except for when the Queen documented stuff on like sheepskin or some shit. She wished to go on a trading expedition to Spain with her father. You see how that's folklore? That's really good detail right there. How she cut her hair because her dad said, "No, you can't go." It would catch in the ship's ropes. That's ridiculous. She lived at her family's residence, most likely. Clare Island. See, there you are. What the heck is that? Clare Island? Whoa. Oh my goodness. That's insanity. Marriage. Political match. Chief of Clan Mali. It's very interesting. Three children. See, all this could become gossip. Like everybody knows the whole story and they're talking about her. Fascination. See, this is crazy with the clans fighting each other. That's just insane. The Joyces? Uh, Clare Island. So she moved to Clare Island just to get away from the nonsense, I guess. Insane. Lover was killed. Look at all this violence, man. She had vengeance. Well, I'll be. This is nuts. This is a nuts story. This is like Braveheart or something. She attacked castles and overpowered what? The McMahons? This is nuts. See, history is amazing. Her ability as leader of fighting men. So she's going around, taking names and numbers, man. It's so wild because everybody's fighting over lands and stealing it from each other and just resources. She was often at sea. Nurse to all rebellions. So was rebellions happening? Hmm, it's interesting. See, I'm like processing this all in my head. You know, they're always attacking each other's castles. What the heck? It's interesting, but they haven't talked about the pirate part. So interesting. Where's the piracy? She had a 20 ship fleet. I don't know, man. 'Cause you could write about the conversation in Queen Elizabeth II and her. That'll be another story. 18 articles of interrogatory, which were answered in return. Sir Richard Bingham, there's another guy you can look up. See the writing, but a lot of this looks like it's from passing down from stories that they remember. Tradition, but not the rigid sources. See what I'm saying? States that O'Malley met with the Queen at Greenwich Palace. We embellish the story. And Chambers embellished the story. Huh. Here's a story. She had a dagger. She didn't bow. Here's a story right there. She sneezed. Threw it in the fireplace instead of giving it back. Okay. See, they're explaining the queen in a meeting. It's it's not easy to do this, but because I'm reading it, like something could come up and I could start writing it, probably immediately because it's from 1593. You can get away with murder and just make something up. I know you've seen books like that in Barnes and Noble. They're just like, oh, this is about the Queen from 1580. And it's just like, you see movies all the time. Like every movie that's ever made is fictionalized. They do not just, like, that's the problem. You have to, like, there is one called The Apprentice. It's about Donald Trump. And you go look that up, and it's like, some of that stuff wasn't real. There's no record of that ever happening. And you have to be aware of that. That movies just take things and run with it to make a movie. They don't care that it's not real. And that's the way the world is. And it could be argued there isn't any truth at all. And everybody who looks for truth is not going to find it and they're going to be fooled. It could be argued that that's the way the world works. And that's sad. But yeah, smoke and mirrors, baby. But that's why you got to live in the moment and enjoy it. Because why would you? I mean, unless you have some really, really good like result from making a plan, like why would you make plans? Unless you had some sort of guarantee that you get rich or whatever. Like, why would you make a plan? You know how many plans I've had that have gone to nowhere? Like, it just sucks. I'm not trying to be depressing or anything, but like this plan to write 1,000 words is a lot different than other plans I have that look like I don't know what's going to happen with those plans. So you kind of have to have that attitude of like, I don't know where it's going to go, even this 1,000 words. Otherwise, you can't do it because you're like thinking too much. Excuse me, and then you have to do it. You can't think about it. You have to take action. Like I have to write the story. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just making this video and I won't even do this, but I'm giving you an idea on how to do it. And it's a good idea to go into Wikipedia and all these places, and then you can like rewrite it in your head, and it's inspiring. Because have you seen this movie before? No, you haven't. So this is like a new idea in a lot of senses. It's not because every idea has been done before, but it's new. It's new to me. It's probably new to you. It's all about land and property. She lied to the queen. Here's a leading authority. Oh my God. Here's a leading authority on her life, Anne Chambers. See, I should just read Anne Chambers. That's what I should do. So they're going deep into the Queen's meeting. A lot of deceit. It's like Shakespeare always. Here's a 2006 biography by Anne Chambers. She's a politician, plunderer. How could she be all that? Fearless leader by land, by sea, a political pragmatist and politician, a ruthless plunderer, a mercenary, a rebel, a shrewd and able negotiator. It's very interesting. That's a lot. It's about the tribe, baby. That's got to be rough. Mother goddess of warring queen attributes. She's all that. I already read that. Irish scholar John O'Donovan in the 1830s. Wow. We're not talking about the piracy a lot. There's a statue. The beef markets. That's interesting. It's all about trade and property. They're fighting over everything. Interesting. Inspired many musicians, novelists, and playwrights. I've never seen any of that shit. Must be in Ireland. An album. Dead Can Dance album. Jeez. Lots of albums, man. Death metal. Theater. Bold Grace. See, you did it. You wrote a play about it. You see what I'm saying? This ain't crazy what I'm doing. It's a Broadway musical. Never saw that. Wow. One woman show. I bet you that's on YouTube, some of this stuff. You can watch the play, I bet. James Joyce, chapter one of Finnegan's Wake. What? See, I don't know any of this stuff. Historical fiction, there it is. She King of the Irish Seas. So someone already did it. So I told you all these ideas were done before. So I'm not like that original. There's another one. The ISBN. It's crazy, bro. All right, so now you get an idea of like how this is all possible. But this is 1,000 words. I'm gonna try to do it, man. I got the time, but it would just be you know, barfing words on the Word document and just like some of the things I said I could write down. The Queen and her meeting, and she's a dagger, and the freaking guards take the dagger away, and I mean that's enough. But she abducted a family member after not being denied entry into a castle. That was insane. So why don't they talk about the pirate part? I don't understand. Because that's the part that's interesting. She was attacking ships from Spain and England. So there was stuff in those ships. She was grabbing it. I have so many questions right now. So you can hit this and just read more. There's some malady. I feel like 16 Irish pirate queen who stood up to the English. So that's the main part is she stood up to the English. That's what everyone's going on. It's an article. Can't read that. So here's some more good information. So you see how I got this information. I could just start writing. I mean, you can do this too. You can find your own topic and just have at it because you're writing fiction. All right, so giving you some ideas there, and that is how you write historical fiction, everybody. Have a great